Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another presentation brought to you by Indiana Association of College Admissions Counseling. We are part of our virtual college exploration week, and we are so excited to have everyone here for a presentation by Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Before we get started and I pass off to the presenters, I have a few things to note. First off, if you have any questions whatsoever, we strongly encourage you to place them in our chat. Our presenters will be happy to answer those as they come up. But keep in mind that your cameras and microphone are both off, so the chat is the only way and perfect way to ask your questions to our presenters this evening. If you loved the session tonight, we have one more day full of sessions for you. You can register for some more. I will share my screen and show you the website. We have another day's worth of presentations for you at inacac.org/virtual-college-exploration. Not only can you register for more sessions, but all of our sessions that we have hosted, including this one here, is being recorded and will be hosted online for you to view at a later date. So please tell your friends, anyone who may not be able to watch this program tonight, to definitely catch it later. Well, that's all I have, so I'm going to toss it to our presenters this evening.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mara Miller, and I am an assistant director of admissions for students who are living in Indiana and are interested in the Prescott, Arizona campus. With me is my counterpart, Rebecca, and she would be your counselor if you are interested in going to the Daytona Beach campus. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go through a presentation. And if there are questions as you go along, please feel free to post those, and then we'll have a time to verbally answer questions at the end. Okay. I don't know why it's not moving to the next screen. There we go. So a few facts about Embry-Riddle. We have been ranked #1 in aerospace engineering by US News and World Report repeatedly year after year. The ranking is for schools that do not have a PhD program. Some other unique features of our university: we have the first and only College of Security and Intelligence. I'll be talking a little bit more about that in a little bit. Another unique program that I'll address in a little while is aerospace physiology. Our institution is also ABET accredited. This is really important if you're interested in going into engineering. That is something that will be important to your employers. We have also been highly rated as having a high return on investment. Because we're a private institution, I know sometimes students can be a little scared off by the price, which tends to be higher than if you were looking at a state institution. But I think it's important to take a look at the future earnings that you potentially have as a graduate of the university, and looking at it through that lens, you'll find that there is actually a really good return on your investment in a private education. So the next few slides, I'm just going to go through the colleges with the areas of study that are available to you at Embry-Riddle. First of all is our College of Aviation. This is probably what we are best known for. Most people tend to associate Embry-Riddle with aviation, specifically our flight program. So if you have an interest in becoming a professional pilot, aeronautical science is the degree that you would want to choose. You have options of fixed wing or helicopter training. Fixed wing is offered at both of our campuses in Arizona and Florida, and then helicopter is in Arizona. In addition, you can see here that we have a number of other degree programs available that are related to aviation. So if you have a passion for aviation, but don't necessarily want to be a pilot, then perhaps you're interested in doing something like air traffic management or unmanned aircraft systems, maintenance, or meteorology. Another thing to be aware of about our program is that it is approved by the FAA for graduates to be eligible to receive an airline transport pilot certificate at 1,000 hours. Normally you have to have 1,500 hours. So by going through this program, you'll be able to meet the FAA requirements a little bit sooner. Next is our College of Arts and Sciences, and this college houses programs in biology, psychology, communications. We have some computer-related degrees, physics and astronomy. I mentioned the aerospace physiology program earlier. This is a really interesting and unique degree where you can study human anatomy in extreme environments. So what happens to the human body at the cellular level when you are at extremely high elevations or in space? Additionally, we have other biology majors. Applied biology is more general, and then forensic biology if you're interested in doing CSI type work. All three of these programs are considered pre-med, so you would meet all of the requirements to apply for medical school after going through one of these degree programs. Additionally, we also have astronomy programs, we have physics programs. We also have a number of psychology programs if you're interested in either focusing on forensics, in human factors, or industrial organizational psychology. Those are all options that you would have. Next is our College of Business or School of Business. It's a College of Business in Daytona Beach, and then in Arizona, it's School of Business under our College of Arts and Sciences. A lot of people don't really associate business with Embry-Riddle. And the truth is that we have a really strong program here. Embry-Riddle is an excellent choice, especially if you have an interest in staying in the aviation industry. If you're going to do an aviation business administration degree, you will have all of the knowledge and skills, and from what I've heard, probably more knowledge and skills than what your peers at other institutions would have. But you would have additional knowledge of the aviation industry specifically and would be more prepared to fulfill a role at an airline or an airport, as an example, than a graduate from of a generic business degree. You can also choose to do a flight area of concentration under this major. You don't get the restricted ATP, but if you are interested in flight but would like to diversify with a different degree program, then that would be an option that you could look at. In addition, we also offer business administration without the aviation focus. And we also have the global business and supply chain management program if you're interested in doing business on an international level. And then I think this year in particular, we have all experienced how important supply chain management is as we've gone to the store and suddenly found it difficult to buy toilet paper. So that's all supply chain management. One evidence of how strong our business program is that our Phi Beta Lambda Club, which is basically the collegiate version of FBLA, they win our state competition every single year. Every year that we've had the program, they have won the state competition against other universities, even in the subject areas that they are supposed to be the expert schools in. We will still beat them in those categories. Next is our College of Engineering. The other major that is probably most closely associated with Embry-Riddle is aerospace engineering. This is the largest program currently on both of our campuses. Aerospace engineering focuses on both aircraft and spacecraft design. So regardless of what you're interested in, this would be the major that you would choose. Through the program, you would be prepared to do both sides, but you're going to choose a specialty track to focus on. So you can either do aeronautics or astronautics. Additionally, at the Daytona Beach campus, they have a track for propulsion sciences. We also have other engineering degrees. There's civil engineering, computer engineering. There's also computer science, electrical engineering. Mechanical engineering also has a number of specialty tracks that you can choose. So you can do clean energy, you can do jet propulsion, robotics, high performance vehicles, biomedical and energy. Software engineering also has a specialty track in cybersecurity. In all of these programs, there is a focus on hands-on learning. So you're not just going to be sitting in the classroom taking notes on a lecture. You're also going to have a lot of labs where you will have the opportunity to apply all of the things that you're learning to your own designs and projects. As an example, outside of the classroom, there was a team of students a few years ago that decided to participate in a Lunabotics competition hosted by NASA. You can see here a picture of the Lunabot that they designed. In the competition, the goal was to design a Lunabot that could scoop the most amount of lunar soil within a specified time period. So the Embry-Riddle Lunabot did not win the competition. We didn't scoop the most lunar soil, but the judges created a special trophy for Embry-Riddle on the spot because the Embry-Riddle Lunabot was the only one that was deemed to be mission ready to survive an actual mission to the moon. Lastly is our College of Security and Intelligence Studies. If you have an interest in doing work in the intelligence and security field, particularly we have students who are interested in going to work for the FBI or the CIA or one of the three-letter agencies. We also have students who are interested in working for embassies. There are private applications as well. There are private corporations that need people that can handle security issues for them. In addition, you can also utilize these programs as a pre-law track. And then there is the cyber intelligence and security degree if you're specifically interested in doing intelligence and security for networking and data security. This is a great program and it's one that is in extremely high demand right now. Next, I'm going to be sharing with you a very short video that highlights some of the student projects that students are participating in.
What did you do today?
Okay, in some of the images that you saw there, one of the last images from this video, you saw a senior design project for aerospace engineering that happened a couple of years ago. Those students were able to build a liquid rocket. And we have a test cell on campus now where the students are able to do the hot fires. So that's something really exciting those students were able to do. This slide just highlights a few other activities that students are able to get involved in. First of all, there is the flight teams. We have one at each of our campuses. With the flight team, you would be competing with other collegiate aviation programs. We are the winningest team. We have over 13 wins. You do not have to be a flight student to be on the team. There are other categories such as aircraft identification that anyone can do. There's also a couple of projects that space physics students have participated, highlighted here. NASA's Kepler mission. This is a project that students at Daytona Beach participated in, where NASA assigned those students a group of binary stars to study. Binary stars would be like two stars that are rotating around each other. And then the neutrino detection project was some Prescott students went with one of our professors to Los Alamos National Laboratory for a semester, and they worked on neutrino detection, which is neutrinos are subatomic particles that are thought to be part of dark matter. So they were able to do research there. We also have global security and intelligence studies students working on a grant from the Department of Justice to improve school security. So first of all, they went to a school in the local area and did an assessment and made recommendations on how the school could improve their security for students, which they implemented. They are also doing a research project on barrier technology. So they're learning how to slow an intruder who might be trying to come onto a campus. Across our two campuses, as well as across all majors, we have overall a 94% placement rate of our graduates within a year of graduation. That would be either continuing, or that would be either a placement in a job or in the military or continuing their education. Embry-Riddle is a career-focused institution. So we have people who are here dedicated to assisting you with finding a job as well as finding an internship. We also put a strong emphasis on internship participation. So you are encouraged to go and talk to your career counselor as early as your freshman year. They are continually organizing activities, career fairs, bringing employers onto campus so that you can start learning about what your options are, finding out what's going on in the industry, and eventually even interview. The career counselors are also going to assist with preparing you for job interviews. They will help you get your resume put together. They will do mock interviews with you, and they will do a similar process with you applying for an internship. Right now, the industry outlook is good for all of our programs. We focus on producing career-ready graduates. So regardless of what degree program you end up choosing, you are going to be desirable by employers because we specifically tailor our programs to meet industry demands. We have industrial advisory boards who continue to advise us so that we can make sure that our curriculum is always very current to what the needs are. And that is one of the reasons why our students are highly sought after. So we do have two campuses. We have one in Prescott, Arizona, and one in Daytona Beach, Florida. The Prescott, Arizona campus is located in the northern part of Arizona. We're up in the mountains, high desert climate. So it is a little bit different than the picture that you might have in your head of Arizona. So we're not just the cactus and tumbleweeds or roadrunner and coyote. There's some of that in Arizona, but Prescott is in the mountains. We have pine trees. We do have 4 seasons here. There's a little bit of snow. There are places where you can go skiing. There are places to go rock climbing, mountain biking, hiking, kayaking. There are approximately 3,000 students here on the Prescott campus. The average class size is 25. There are no graduate students or TAs who do any teaching. All classes are faculty taught. The largest classrooms that we have on campus hold about 60 students. So when I say average class size is 25, that's true. You're never going to be in a big lecture hall with like 800 people. So the professors are going to know who you are individually. You're not going to be a number. They're going to know your name. They're going to know who you are. They're going to know if you showed up to class. We also have a variety of clubs and organizations for students to get involved in outside the classroom. Those will span anywhere from professional organizations to help you grow with your career goals. There are also organizations to help you gain exposure to other cultures. There are religious organizations. There are special interest organizations. So if you had a particular hobby, there's probably a club where you can get together with other students with similar interests. If there's not, it's very easy to start one. We also have 10 intercollegiate sports. We are part of the NAIA. We also host 2 ROTC units on our campus. We have Air Force and Army ROTC. The weather in Prescott is great. We have over 300 sunny days a year. So it is a really great place to go to learn to fly. I'm going to turn this next slide over to Rebecca so she can share more with you about Daytona Beach.
Thanks. Yeah, so very similar to the Prescott campus, we do very much have the opportunity for students to still take advantage of small class sizes and very much a community feel on campus. So a little bit different though than Prescott, we do have about 7,000 students on our campus. So it very much is a mid-sized school, I would say. So you definitely do get the advantage of over 200 clubs and organizations on campus to be a part of intercollegiate athletics if you'd like. We are NCAA Division II. So if you wanted to play a Division II sport, that is completely possible. We also do have all 4 branches of ROTC. So if you wanted to be a part of ROTC, that's also possible to do at Daytona. Our average class size is also about 25 students. So you definitely are also known by your professors. They can hold you accountable and they know when you're not in class. But of course, they're also great resources for you to be able to connect you and with the information that they're teaching you, but also potentially for career outcomes as well that you may be interested in. We are literally 5 miles from the beach. So if you're a fan of the sunny weather, then you most definitely will get that year round in Daytona. It's about a 10-minute drive. So if you want to go surfing or just hang out at the beach after class, then that's definitely possible to do. Most days of the year are definitely sunny. So of course, that's an advantage for our flight students to be able to have, most days of the year as an opportunity to actually pursue flight training, but also of course, for all of our students, that generally just means good weather. We are about an hour from Kennedy Space Center, so we're right on the east coast of Central Florida. So obviously that's a great connection for our students to be able to be so close and possibly, be able to intern or have jobs there, especially with connections to our alumni as well. We also are about an hour from Orlando. So if you're a Disney or a Universal fan, it's still very close to be able to drive to Orlando and get there pretty quickly as well. And in our College of Arts and Sciences building, we actually have the largest university-based telescope in the Southeast. So of course, that's a great advantage for our students, especially in our astronomy and astrophysics major. I think I covered everything. So Marv, I'll hand it back to you.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Okay. moving to the next slide. Try that. Okay. So if you are interested in submitting an application for admission, I'm going to go over the process with you. The fall of your senior year is a good time to apply. We typically open the application sometime in the summer, and we usually start reviewing applications around September. I believe just now students are starting to receive their notifications on acceptance. It is an online application, and we would ask that you choose a campus at the time of your application. We only allow one application to the university, so you'll need to pick Daytona Beach or Prescott and apply to that campus. Once you're admitted, we can easily change you to the other campus, and your acceptance will carry over to the other campus. So if you're still undecided, that's okay. You can go ahead and just pick the one that you are leaning towards, and there's still the opportunity to switch as your decision solidifies. There is an application fee of $50, and we will waive that for you. So if you want to jot down that DBPC waiver code. Then after submitting the online application, you will need to have an official high school transcript sent to us. That needs to come directly from your high school in order to be official. So your high school counselor either needs to submit it through parchment, they can email it to us, or they can just put a copy in an envelope and mail it. We are a test optional institution, so it's up to you whether or not to submit SAT or ACT scores, or if you were just not able to take it this last year, that's fine. You can just opt out of having it included so that you don't need to let that hold you up from going through the admissions process. Letters of recommendation, essay, and resume are also optional documents that you can include if you would like. When we review your application for admission, we do look at students on an individual basis. So we don't really have set minimum requirements because we do like to look at individual situations that may have impacted a GPA, for example. We will also look specifically at the math and science preparation that you have. The requirements are a little bit different depending on the degree program that you're applying to. So if you're looking at a technical major such as engineering, biology, meteorology, or physics, you're going to need to show that you are ready to enter calculus the first year. So you will need to have completed pre-calculus by the time you finish high school. We also want to see 2 lab science courses, and especially for engineering and physics, we really want one of those to be physics and preferably the other one to be chemistry. If you are looking at a non-technical degree, then Algebra 2 is the highest level course that we are looking for, and additionally 2 lab science courses. We will also look overall at your success and your other academic courses. We will take into consideration how rigorous the courses were. So if you were taking honors or AP classes, that will definitely factor in. We also want to see that you're a well-rounded student. So we will have a place on the application for you to indicate extracurricular activities that you're involved in. It would be important to note if you have held any leadership positions. Any activities that you're involved in that are specifically related to the career field that you're looking to enter would be really helpful for you to indicate on the application. We do review students on a rolling basis. So once we have a completed application from you, we will usually be able to review it and respond to you within a few weeks. We do also offer merit-based scholarships. This is something we do automatically, so you do not need to fill out a separate application. If you have at least a 3.0 GPA, then you will most likely be eligible for a merit-based scholarship of some kind. In the years past, award amounts have ranged from $4,000 to $17,000 per year. We typically shoot for around Thanksgiving time to notify you. So if you have been accepted for admission, then you can expect to be notified of your scholarship eligibility around that time frame. In addition, if you are an athlete, there are athletic scholarships that are offered through the athletics department. So I would suggest getting in contact with the coach for the sport that you play for more information about that. There are also scholarships for ROTC. So if you are applying for an Air Force, Army, or Navy ROTC scholarship, you can take that to Embry-Riddle, and that should definitely help either cover some or all of your tuition. There are also specialty scholarships for students who are currently actively participating in FIRST Robotics, Cyber Patriot, TARC, or VEX. There are applications on our website for those. So take a look if you are participating in one of those. The application deadline is in March, and you can be considered for an additional amount of $1,000 to $5,000. Additionally, we also do award students credit for AP and IB exams. You do have to take the actual exam in order to be eligible for credit and have an official score report sent to the university. The course or the score, you need to have a passing score in the exam, and then the equivalent course at Embry-Riddle needs to be part of your degree requirements in order for you to receive credit and have it count towards your degree. All right, that is my whole presentation. So I will open it up for questions. Are there any questions that we can answer for you? Okay, well, if you do have a question, please go ahead and put it in the Q&A. Otherwise, we will be ending the session. So I'm just going to give you a couple more minutes in case anybody has something they would like to ask. If not, you can feel free to reach out to either me or Rebecca individually if you would like to speak with us one-on-one, or if you want to send us an email. We are more than happy to assist you.
If you're ready, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the evening.
All right, I
I'll
guess
share.
so.
Yeah, I will have a quick little note for everyone before we head out for the evening. Well, first off, thank you so much for listening to our presentation this evening. We do have a quick survey for you to complete at the end. So as soon as you log out, a survey will pop up. It's a couple questions, 4 questions total. Please, we would love your feedback. And if you thoroughly enjoyed this evening session and want to hear about some other institutions, we do have one more day of presentations tomorrow. I'm available for you to register on our website here on our slide, inacac.org/virtual-college-exploration. If you head there, you can see our sessions for tomorrow. But then also, if you know anyone who missed this presentation, also view the recording of not only this one, but all of our sessions that we've hosted this week. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Thank you to our presenters. Everyone have a wonderful night.